We are very excited for what we have in store for you for the rest of the day. I hope you're excited too. So, for people who don't know, it's a tactile sensing for manipulation workshop. We focus on hardware, modeling, and learning aspects. So, we'll focus on all the aspects that we think are important for this. So, before we go ahead in detail about the workshop structure, let's first talk about why this workshop. Why did we come up with this workshop? Why we thought it's needed? So, Professor Adelson, if you could come here.
Hi, I'm Ted Adelson. I'm glad to welcome you. I'm nominally, I guess, the person who's introducing this workshop, but the work of this workshop was done, all the organization and everything was done by the students and postdocs, Wenjen, Tapo, and Roberto, who's not here now. I think all of you know that this is a very interesting area to be working on these days. For me, it's a new area. It's an area I've only recently gotten into, and I'm really struck by how rich and how exciting these topics are. I've been coming to appreciate that tactile sensing doesn't make sense as a thing in itself. It only makes sense in the context of the larger problems of interacting with the world. And so you really need to understand robotics, haptics, manipulation, and more generally sensing, building models of the world. All of these really interesting topics have to be brought together in order to make sense of tactile sensing. And of course, these days, learning is at the heart of a great deal of what we do. So we'll be looking at all these topics today, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Thank you, Professor.
Okay, so next I will briefly go through the workshop structure of this day. So we're going to have 10 excellent speakers in all those different areas and talking about different topics. So at first we thought that for tactile sensing for robotics, we care about three things: the hardware, manipulation, and learning part that helps to do the processing the information. But after we found those speakers, we found that it's very hard to locate each person into a specific area like hardware or manipulation or learning. So most of them are working on like 2 or even 3 of them. And it's very interesting to see this combination. And I'm sure we will gain a lot to see how people from different areas will have different thoughts. So generally, we are in the at the morning, the first session, we will have the 2 speakers, Dr. Gary Fischel from Tactile and Professor Edward Adelson from MIT, talking about they too have some experience designing some sensors, and they will talk about their work in designing their sensors and their trial to use their sensors. So after that, we'll have a poster spotlight about 9 posters and a contributing talk from Professor Christopher Atkinson, and talking about their designs in, about a new optical scheme for robots. And after this, we'll have 2 speakers talking about mostly from the learning part of the tactile sensing and manipulation part. So we have Dr. Oliver Krumer from USC and Professor Sergey Levin from UC Berkeley talking about their work. And in first afternoon session, we will have 3 speakers, mostly working on the manipulation and specifically working on the grasping work. So they'll talk about something about designing the grippers, and some of them also design their own sensors and utilize that in some grasp tasks. And in the late afternoon sessions, so we'll have 3 other speakers talking about more general things about the 3 fields. So firstly, we'll have Professor Veronica Santos from UCLA talking about some design of the sensors and using the sensors for haptic exploration. And then we'll have Dr. Robert Hashkut from Guildford University talking about their sensors and the use for their sensors for multiple kind of haptic exploration and grasping works. And at last, we'll have Professor Charlie Tian from Georgia Tech talking about design of robot skin and their manipulation tasks with them. So to know that, we'll have 2 coffee breaks between 10:30 to 11 and 3 to 3:30 in the afternoon. And that goes with the poster sessions and demos. We'll have 2 demos in these rooms, so please feel free to stop by. And specifically, we'll offer the coffee and snack for our own, so you don't need to walk all the way to the main building to get the coffee and snacks. And the lunch break is only 1.5 hours between noon and 1:30, and we'll offer some very simple lunch for those who wish to stay. So at the end of the day, at 5 p.m., we'll have panel discussion for all the speakers here. So our panel discussion will have 3 parts. So the first part is a small debate on the traditional method with learning-based method. So Professor Atkinson has very kindly offered to moderate the debate. The second part is about a discussion on challenge and solutions. So before this, we have asked all the speakers to submit the challenges they think in their field. And during the panel discussion, we'll ask the other speakers to discuss the possible solution for that challenge. And the last part is a free and question and answer session. So that's the general structure of our workshop. Actually, all of you will enjoy it.
So Jeremy, so as you know, this building is kind of a maze. So he just texted me, he's on his way, our first speaker. So hopefully he'll be here very soon. But do you guys have any questions about the workshop? By the way, we had sent a Google form to the invited speakers to suggest some challenges that they think are important. So if you could fill it up by that would be awesome. Here is Jeremy. Awesome.